for the next activity, I would invite you to think about the project as a recipe and try to figure out what would be the ingredients of this recipe. Um, how does it look like? 1 second. I will share with you a John board of an empty recipe template where you can see different measurements, and I would invite you to put with some sticky notes what would be those ingredients that you would like to put in a project to make it really great. So you will have 4 or 5 minutes to do that. I would ask Khadija to paste it in the chat, and I would share my screen. Just 1 second. Technicalities are not our strong side today. Okay, so here is the project recipe. You can see that we here measure the prep time, how much time you need, and different measurements for ingredients. So your task could be to take a sticky note and put it somewhere where you think with some ingredient. For example, how much, what you will put as an ingredient for 1 kilo, or 1/4 cups of what would you input in your project. And then there are some directions that you could also contribute to. What are the steps to create this great project? What you mix together, what you add, what you whip up, what you freeze, and what you serve at the end, and to whom maybe you serve it. So the link is already in the chat. Yes. And I invite you to just, or if you want, just unmute yourself, be brave and share what would you put where. And then I can share with you my own recipe. Of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have different local environments, different communities, different projects, different needs, and we are different. So our recipes would be different. And this is the beauty of world of project management, that everyone can contribute and create great examples for the others. So there is no perfect recipe that we should follow and then 100% it will happen as it is written. We always have to put something from us in order to make it our own recipe according to our taste and according to what the community basically needs and what our project needs. Do you want to comment with sticky notes, or you would like just to really brainstorm very quickly? What about the ingredients? I see people are looking, but nobody dares to put something in.
Yeah, I think if you can change. Only.
We cannot edit the file. We need access.
Aha, it's not editable. Okay, let's do it then in a way that you just tell me and I can put it. Dora, do you think of something that we should put in ingredients?
Why did you ask me first?
It's just you're on my screen.
Okay, I think a good group dynamic between the organizers and the partners is a very important ingredient. I'm not sure how to express it, but.
How much of group dynamics? Is it 1 kilo or 2 teaspoons?
I'll make it tea or something.
Teaspoon. Did you make? Is it enough to 2 teaspoons of group dynamics?
Okay, more than, I'm not sure. Can you hear me? This microphone is a little. With group dynamics, what I mean is the relationship between the organizers, and I'm so tired, and the partners. So to make decisions, to agree for the project.
Okay, great. So between the organizers and the participants, as I can hear.
You put
Someone else to mention, Cynthia? Are you on mute? Yeah.
uh, 1.5
What
cup
should I
of
put
water,
next?
2 teaspoon milk, and you
This
add chocolate.
chocolate.
Yes, you have 200 grams of chocolate.
Okay.
She means love. Sweet drink.
Chocolate is chocolate. Usually people say that 9 of 10 people love chocolate and the last one is lying. So I would accept chocolate as a good ingredient. Someone else?
For me, 3 packages of motivation.
Okay, 3 packages of motivation from the participants or from the team or from everybody?
Everybody, yeah.
Okay, great. And it's important for you as the coordinators to think how to motivate everybody. So again, 3 packages of motivation. More?
I think 1 can of commitment.
1 can of commitment.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I put
Whip
it
up
here.
inspiration.
Sorry?
Whip up inspiration.
Inspiration. Inspiration. Great.
One kilo of organization.
Where, how much of organization? I didn't get it. Jonathan, how much of organization do you need for this cake?
I think 1 kilo would be 1 kilogram seems to be.
Yes, of good organization. Thank you. I'm putting it here. 1 kilo of organization. More?
2 bags full of money.
Okay, good. Money, funds.
It was a joke.
I think it's relevant because sometimes without the money you cannot fulfill some of the great ideas that we have. So I'll put it somewhere here. And when you look at the directions or the instructions, what would you mix together, add, whip up, or freeze and serve at the end? Do you have any ideas here?
Mixing with problem solving, because we will always have problems for sure. So
Okay, so you mix the ingredients with some problem solving. Thank you. What would you add, or whip up, or freeze, or serve at the end?
Mix it actually with our values.
This is a very nice input. The values of the organization and the organizers and the participants are really important. So, and the community values as well. Great, thank you. Would you freeze something, for example?
I would freeze anger and impatience.
Okay, thank you. Freeze the impatience.
I would freeze conclusions. It's not good to jump into conclusion too fast. Sometimes you get the good result also after 1 or 2 years.
Okay, I would put fast conclusions to freeze. Something else to add up or whip whip like a whipped cream to make it more fluffy and beautiful, and maybe to show it to the others somehow.
Whip up love.
Love, repeated love. Okay. This project would be very inclusive and uh, nice for the participants. I would just join if I can.
And also responsibility.
Possibility?
Responsibility.
Responsibility. This is important. Thank you.
Responsibility and articulating, right?
Can you repeat because you're breaking?
Responsibility and articulating.
Can you write it in the chat, maybe?
Yes.
Thank you. Responsibility and
articulation, articulated.
Articulation. Okay, so communication in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Someone from Facebook wants to freeze COVID, and I will join the process as well.
Yes, let's put COVID in the freeze zone or even burn it if we can. I don't know what is better. Freeze COVID-19. Okay, great. Thank you very much for this input. I will share with you something that I thought about when I was creating a project last year, and I will share my recipe with you before we proceed to the next nice activity. Just 1 second.
Yummy.
Yes, so going through the whole presentation of budgeting, you can see the recipe for a great project. When thinking about the prep time, I think the time should be enough because every project is different and we should never rush things. And for the ingredients, I would put 4 cups of good project team. The team is really important and you take care of the team as well. 10 teaspoons of carefully selected and prepared participants. 1/3 cup of experience, lessons learned from our previous project. 200 grams of trustful partners. Mauro mentioned a lot about finding the partners, and it's really important when you create a good project to count on your partners. 1 kilogram of well-developed budget. I really think the budget is very crucial. And 3 packages of smart project goals, well-described activities and clear project results. 1 can of imagination and creativity, and 200 grams of out-of-the-box thinking for all the things that this creativity sparkles. And then how I would cook this project. I'll mix together all these ingredients that I mentioned in a well-developed project plan to follow. Make sure all the people that are involved in the project implementation from your team or from my team are aware of the project plan, and everybody is certain of their role. And also it's very important to care about your team, not overburden, but split the responsibility between all of you. Add a zest of a good project management skills. Whip up a good communication strategy because people need really to see what great things you're doing. And of course, here I put an important thing, not to forget the logos of the donors, of the partners, your logos, and the right logos, because sometimes we put the wrong ones. I would freeze all the conflict with great conflict management strategy and all the risks with a very good risk management strategy. And at the end, serve this to the community. with serve the community with great impact of our project, the participants to be satisfied with of their inclusion in this activity, and the donor to be receiving a very nicely written and wrapped up report. And then when you again check the tastes and needs of your community, enrich your recipe, change it, or add some little things here and there, try your project again to make more valuable impact and to share the more results coming from this activity and from the follow-up activities. So thank you for this time with the recipe. I hope you enjoy cooking as much as me and Khadija do. And now we move to the next activity.
Thank you so much all for sharing your ingredients, your fun and diversified ingredients. And thank you, Kat, for sharing with us this successful recipe that I'm pretty sure if you follow it with the right measures and if you do it with so much love, you will end up having a delicious food. Not delicious food, but a good project in this case. Excuse me, I'm fasting and I'm thinking about food. No worries.